Very good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to discuss the topic biomolecules in Unit 4. First, we see carbohydrates. The classification of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates may be classified into two broad groups. One is sugar, another one is non-sugar. Sugars are sweet crystalline substance and soluble in water. Non-sugar are polysaccharides. Sugar is divided into two groups. One is monosaccharides, another one is oligosaccharides. Monosaccharides, another one is oligosaccharides. Monosaccharides are polyhydroxyaldehydes or polyhydroxyketones, which cannot be hydrolyzed into simple sugars. Then oligosaccharides are sugar that yield 2 to 10 monosaccharides molecules on hydrolysis. So monosaccharides cannot be hydrolyzed, but oligosaccharide hydrolyzed that yield 2 to 10 monosaccharide molecules. Monosaccharides is divided into two types. One is aldose, another one is ketose. Aldose, good example, glucose. For ketose, fructose. Aldehyde group, the functional group present in glucose. Then keto group, functional group present in fructose. Aldehyde group present in glucose. Keto group present in fructose. Now, likewise, non-sugar is divided into two types, homopolysaccharides and heteropolysaccharides. Homopolysaccharides example, starch, cellulose, glycogen. And heteropolysaccharides example, heparin, hyaluronic acid. Now the oligosaccharides. Oligosaccharides undergoes hydrolysis. 2 to 10 monosaccharide molecules will form. So disaccharides, trisaccharides, tetrasaccharides, pentasaccharides, likewise 1 to 10 we can get it. The disaccharides example, sucrose, lactose and maltose. Sucrose undergoes hydrolysis, gives glucose and fructose. Then raffinose undergoes hydrolysis, galactose, glucose, fructose. So recording that, they have separated disaccharide, trisaccharide, tetrasaccharide. Undergoes hydrolysis, how many monosaccharides are forming? Sucrose, we know that molecular formula C12H22O11, hydrolyzed, it gives glucose and fructose. Then raffinose undergoes hydrolysis, give galactose, glucose and fructose. 3 molecules of monosaccharides are forming. These are example, right? Starch is a polysaccharide. That's why in the suffix N it is given with the molecular formula C6H10O5 and N number of water molecules gives glucose. Explain the structure of glucose. Let us discuss the structure of glucose. It is very important. 5 more question. First, we should know the formula, molecular formula of glucose. C6H12O6. C6H12O6. Regarding the molecular formula, how the structure is arranged, how many functional groups are present, and how many primary alcohol and how many secondary alcohol, asymmetric carbon, what is the position of the hydroxy group, these and all we will give with the evidence. By using the evidence, we can arrange the structure. Glucose structure how will be? Let us see. The glucose, it has one aldehyde group, CHO. Next, the last carbon, primary alcohol, consists of primary alcohol. First carbon, aldehyde group, last carbon, primary alcohol. Between primary alcohol and aldehyde group, 4 secondary alcohol, OH group attached with the CH carbon, that is called secondary alcohol. OH group attached with the CH2 carbon means primary alcohol. Now, between aldehyde and primary alcohol, the 4 carbon they have given with the asterisk symbol. Actually, what is the meaning? The carbon is surrounded by 4 different atoms or groups. So, asymmetric carbon are present. Then the compound is glucose. The structure is called as D plus glucose. D plus glucose. D plus means dextrorotatory compounds. Dextrorotatory compounds rotate the plane of polarized light in clockwise direction. Clockwise direction, that's why positive symbol. Right? Next point. Glucose on reduction with concentrated hydroiodic acid and red phosphorus at 373 Kelvin, glucose gives a mixture of N-hexane and another one product, mixture of N-hexane and 2-iodohexane, indicating that 6 carbon atoms are bonded linearly. The first evidence we will see molecular formula and how was the structure. Second one, the 6 carbon atoms are linearly bonded or not. How can we check it? The glucose on reduction, it gives a compound. The compound is a mixture of N-hexane and 2-iodohexane, indicating that the 6 carbon atoms are bonded linearly. So, third evidence, glucose reacts with hydroxylamine. Hydroxylamine formula NH2OH to form oxime. Here, the aldehyde group present in the glucose react with the hydroxylamine. Water molecule is removed. So, NH2OH, the H2 and the aldehyde O, NH2O is removed. So, remaining we can find it glucose oxime, CH double bond NOH, that is called oxime. Oxime is formed. The compound name is glucose oxime. So by which we can find it? Glucose has aldehyde group because hydroxylamine react only in the aldehyde. So another one evidence, the same aldehyde group in glucose react with hydrogen cyanide. Hydrogen cyanide, because the hydrogen cyanide, the cyanide ion, its attack carbonyl compound in glucose, C double bond O. The bond cleavage is like this, and we can get the cyanohydrin. Cyanohydrin. The carbon is bonded with the cyanide and hydroxy. Right? That is called cyanohydrin. In this equation, we see the HCN, the Cn minus is attack the carbonyl in aldehyde. So it gives glucose cyanohydrin. Next, the fourth evidence, glucose. Glucose gets oxidized to gluconic acid. Here, two oxidizing agents, left hand side and right hand side, are given. Glucose gets oxidized to gluconic acid. Right hand side we can see with a mild oxidizing agent like bromine water. Bromine water. So suggesting that the carbonyl group is an aldehyde group, right? Now, when oxidized using strong oxidizing agent, concentrate nitric acid, it gives glucaric acid. Glucaric acid. So what is the difference between gluconic acid? When we use a mild oxidizing agent, bromine in water, the aldehyde group turns to COOH, acid group. When the glucose treated with concentrate nitric acid, strong oxidizing agent, it gives glucaric acid, primary alcohol, CH2OH, the last carbon, that also turns to COOH. So first and last carbon turns to acid group, that is called glucoric acid. So from which we can find it, the first carbon and the last carbon, first carbon consists of aldehyde, last carbon consists of primary alcohol. Now one more evidence. Glucose is oxidized to gluconic acid with ammoniacal silver nitrate. That is nothing but Tollens reagent, and alkaline copper sulfate. That is a filling solution. The test is for aldehyde test. The aldehyde test is accepted in glucose because aldehyde group is present. So when we use the ammoniacal silver nitrate, ammonium hydroxide in silver nitrate, that is called Tollens reagent. Now the silver mirror will appear. This is test for aldehyde, right? And here aldehyde group turns to acid group. And one more test, when we use a filling solution, copper sulfate. So copper oxide is added in the filling reagent, the aldehyde turns to acid group, and cupric oxide is precipitated out. So red color it is forming. So from that we can understand glucose consists of aldehyde group. That is confirmed. Now, sixth point, when glucose react with acetic anhydride, so how many OH groups are present in the glucose? The 5 hydroxy groups, OH group means hydroxy groups, are attached to the 5 different carbon atoms. The 6th carbon atom is an aldehyde group. So from here, except aldehyde, all OH are acetate is forming. acetate is forming. When we use the acetic anhydride react with the glucose, the OH group is replaced by acetate ion, the byproduct acetic acid. So by which we can understand 5 hydroxy groups are present. Now the hydroxy groups are attached to the 5 different atoms, and the last one is a aldehyde group. The glucose is referred to as D plus glucose. It has D configuration and is a dextro-rotatory. It rotates the plane polarized light right side. That's why positive symbol. Now, what is anomer? What is anomer? Glucose is found to crystallize in 2 different forms depending upon the crystallization condition with the different melting points. One is 419, another one is 423 Kelvin. One of the hydroxy groups reacts with the aldehyde group to form cyclic structure. Cyclic structure that is given. This is also resulted in the conversion of the achiral aldehyde carbon into chiral one, leading to the possibility of 2 isomer. Now, the acyclic glucose, that is open chain, turns to cyclic. One is alpha D glucose, another one is beta D glucose. So alpha D glucose is called as alpha D glucopyranose. Beta D glucose called as beta D glucopyranose. Here, these 2 isomers differ only in the configuration of C1 carbon. The first carbon we can see. In alpha D glucose, the OH is down, H is up, upside, right? But in beta D glucose, OH is up, hydrogen is down. There is a difference. So these 2 isomers are called as anomer of glucose. The 2 anomeric forms of glucose are called as alpha and beta forms of glucose. So what are the 2 epimers of glucose? What are the 2 epimers of glucose? D-mannose, D-galactose. Sugar differing in configuration at an asymmetric center is known as epimer. Sugar differing in configuration at an asymmetric center is known as epimer. The process by which one epimer is converted into other is called epimerization. It requires the enzyme epimerase. Here galactose is converted into glucose by this manner in our body. Here C2 epimer, C4 epimer, they have mentioned. The D-mannose structure, just you look the structure, the second carbon, hydrogen, is present in right side, OH present in left side. But in C4 epimer, OH is present in C4 epimer, the fourth carbon we see, hydrogen is right side, OH is left side. These D-mannose and D-galactose is compared with D-glucose, and C2 carbon in D-mannose is changed, likewise D4 carbon in D-galactose is changed. The position of OH is changed. These 2 forms are called as epimer of glucose, D-mannose and D-galactose. Next question, explain the structure of fructose. Explain the structure of fructose. The first point, as we have seen in glucose, the molecular formula, glucose and fructose both are same molecular formula C6H12O6. Here the structure is changed. Here the fructose is a ketose. The second carbon is consists of C double bond O, and the first carbon and the last carbon consist of primary alcohol. Then third, fourth carbon is consist of secondary alcohol. The first carbon CH2OH primary alcohol, last carbon CH2OH primary alcohol. Then second one C double bond O carbonyl group is present, and 3 asymmetric with the secondary alcohol CHOH is present. OH is attached with the CH means secondary, OH is attached to the CH2 primary. Point number 2. Fructose on reduction with hydroiodic acid and red phosphorus gives a mixture of N-hexane major product and 2-iodohexane minor product. The reaction indicates that 6 carbon atoms in fructose are in straight chain. So 6 carbons are present with a straight chain. Point number 3. Glucose reacts with ammonium hydroxide and hydrogen cyanide. It shows the presence of carbonyl group in the fructose. As we have seen in glucose, the same reaction takes place here because fructose also consists of the second carbon C double bond O. That's why the reaction takes place with ammonium hydroxide and hydrogen cyanide. Point number 4. Fructose reacts with acetic anhydride in the presence of pyridine to form pentaacetate. This reaction indicates the presence of 5 OH groups, hydroxy groups in a fructose molecule. The same reaction, what we have seen in glucose, the same reaction takes place here because fructose also have 5 OH groups. Now point number 5. Fructose is not oxidized by bromine water, but glucose is oxidized. Right? This rules out the possibility of presence of an aldehyde CHO group. Here the CHO group is not present. Point number 6. Partial reduction of fructose with sodium amalgam and water produces a mixture of sorbitol and mannitol, which are epimer at the second carbon. Just we look the diagram. The reduction takes place in fructose. C double bond O is converted to CHOH. The OH is present right side, that is called sorbitol. Left side, mannitol. Point number 7. Glucose on oxidation with nitric acid, it gives glycolic acid and tartaric acid, which contains smaller number of carbon atoms than in fructose. The first 2 carbon oxidized, it gives glycolic acid. The last 4 oxidized give tartaric acid. This equation shows that a keto group is present in second carbon. It also shows that primary alcoholic groups are present in C1 and C6 carbon. So based on this evidence, the structure of fructose, the first and last carbon primary alcohol, and the third, fourth, fifth carbon consist of secondary alcohol. The second carbon consists of keto group. Now the cyclic structure of fructose. Cyclic structure of fructose. Like glucose, fructose also forms a cyclic structure. Unlike glucose, it forms a 5-membered ring similar to furan. Hence, it is called Ferono's form. Here, the cyclic structure alpha D fructose, beta D fructose. The first carbon we see OH is down in alpha D fructose. In beta D fructose, OH is up. Thank you.